I guess I need a little help with you explaining the jurisdiction to me.
Okay.
And I'm asking for it to be dismissed because of that. We don't have a complaint from a person who's injured or that injured person here.
Where you get that, ma'am?
From our Seventh Amendment.
Wait, read me that part where it says it, because over 20. See, a lot of times we get folk who what we call sovereign citizens, and y'all have this whole panoply of information that y'all get from the internet or from somebody who told you, or one lady told me she paid to join a Native American nation so that she could get the benefit of not being a citizen of the United States, and a traffic offense wouldn't adhere to her. And it's a lot of foolishness out there, ma'am. And I know this was a while ago and you have probably changed and matured since then, but you got a bright yellow car that had nothing right about it. No license, no registration, no tag. I mean, you might as well have been wearing a red suit and waving at the police. Stop me, please.
Might as well.
Stop me.
Today, we have another SovCit double feature from Clayton County, Georgia, presided over by the Honorable Judge Tammy Hayward. First up, we have a sovereign grandma by the name of Jose Ann County. Appearing via Zoom from what looks like a classroom, Mrs. County might be used to doing the teaching, but today, she's in for a big lesson herself because this judge isn't putting up with any sovereign foolishness, as she puts it herself. So stay tuned as Judge Hayward takes the SovCit grandma to school. Next, we feature a young man named Dylan Sims, a rookie SovCit that's still wet behind the ears. Dylan was pulled over for all the classic telltale signs. No license, no registration, and no tags. Already with a long history of traffic citations, he's well on his way down the SovCit rabbit hole. Has Judge Hayward caught him just in time to give him a reality check before he goes full natural man? Or is he already doomed to a life full of traffic fines, courtroom headaches, and frustration? Stay tuned to find out.
What I'm going to give you the opportunity to do is to speak with the state so that you can present your information to the state and determine whether they are willing to grant the appeal. If you and the state are not able to come to an agreement, then I will view the information available on video and then I will make a decision. But at this time, when I call the calendar, if you're present, I'm going to put you in a breakout room with the attorney for the state, and you'll have the opportunity to make your case. If you all cannot agree, then I will review the information and I will make a decision. Okay. Michelle? Yes, ma'am.
I'm sorry, this is Ms. County. May I ask a question, or you haven't called me yet?
I have not called you yet, but go ahead. We're talking.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor. I'd like to have a declaratory ruling, madam. Could you answer this question of whether this is a civil case or is this a criminal case?
It's a civil case.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor. Let the record reflect that this is a civil action. Your Honor, since this is a civil action, then I make a motion to dismiss for lack of a sworn complaint by an injured party, and there's no injured party present.
No. Denied.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
A few moments later.
All right, Ms. County, you have to go into the breakout room. It should have popped up on your screen. If you touch your screen or move your cursor, it should pop up that you've been invited to breakout room number 2.
Okay, Your Honor, I am not seeing that.
Okay, it looks like you're in a school. Find somebody who's young and they can help you. And I'm not being funny about that, but that's what I do when I need technical assistance. Generally, it should still be on your screen. So if you move your cursor around, you should still see the invitation to breakout room number 2.
Okay, Your Honor, I'm looking. I still do have a question for you, Your Honor.
Yes, ma'am.
And that is that if we are in a civil court, the jurisdiction, right now, that was what my question was about. And I guess I need a little help with you explaining the jurisdiction to me. This is a civil matter. And I'm asking for it to be dismissed because of that. We don't have a complaint from a person who's injured or that injured person here.
Well,
And
the complaint is on behalf of the municipality or the county where the alleged red light or crossing guard ticket was given. So it is a civil matter, but it doesn't mean that there are civil penalties that attach to that. The opportunity that you have here today is what is called an appeal. So what you're doing is appealing your citation and offering evidence that says you either didn't do it, somebody else did it, or that what happened on camera shows that you shouldn't be liable for the citation and any amounts adhering to that citation. So this is your opportunity to show that either it didn't happen or it didn't happen like the citation says it happened, or appeal in some way to the state or to the court. So I'm not going to just dismiss it because it's civil. That's not going to happen. So you keep bringing that up, and I'm not sure who told you that that was what you should do, but that, you know, a lot of times we get information from the internet or from people who don't know what they're talking about.
well, I know that, like, the case, for example, is $250, and under my Seventh Amendment right, because it's more than $20, I have a right to a trial by jury. So that's
Where you get that, ma'am?
from our Seventh Amendment.
Wait, read me that part where it says if it's over $20, you get a trial by jury.
Are you challenging that, Your Honor? That is not the case, is what you're saying?
No, I'm asking you to tell me what you're reading, because see, a lot of times we get folk who what we call sovereign citizens, and y'all have this whole panoply of information that y'all get from the internet or from somebody who told you, or one lady told me she paid to join a Native American nation so that she could get the benefit of not being a citizen of the United States, and a traffic offense wouldn't adhere to her. And it's a lot of foolishness out there, ma'am. And it seems that you've been taken advantage of by somebody who has given you some of that foolishness. And what I'm trying to say is, what you're telling me is not right, but you seem to want to challenge me. I'm not here to be challenged. I'm asking you where you get that information, so I'll know where you went wrong, or whoever told you that.
I thought that as under my Seventh Amendment that I had a right to a trial. A trial.
Not for this. No, ma'am.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
Do you want to appeal this at all? Because I'm giving you the opportunity to talk to somebody, and then if you can't reconcile it with them, then to have me look at it. But you won't even get to that point because you keep coming back to this thing that I tell you it's not going to work.
Okay, yeah, I haven't made a plea, so that's why I thought we were.
There's no plea. It's not criminal.
Okay, all right, thank you.
All right. So did you want to go into the breakout room, ma'am?
Yeah, let me.
Okay.
Hold a second. I'll get there.
15 minutes later.
John, you have announcements?
Yes, Your Honor. For Miss County, that would be granted. Miss County's appeal would be granted.
All right. See, it worked out anyway, Miss County. All righty. We'll get you you got her email address. We'll go ahead and send the appeal. And you're good to go. Thank you.
So I was the one who called his mom, and I've spoken with Mr. Sims, and he's ready for a plea as well.
Oh, okay then. So Sims is ready for a plea, and Billings is ready or not ready?
Let me just check my text real quick, Your Honor. Not ready. So if we just need to give him this updated offer, but we can take the plea on Sims.
Okay, Mr. Sims.
Yes, ma'am.
Raise your right hand for me, sir. Do you solemnly swear or affirm any testimony you give in this matter will be true?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So, Mr. Sims, you're before the court on 2021 CR 08035 Dylan Christopher Sims for speeding. Count 1, 21 to 25 over. Count 2, driving on a suspended or revoked license. Count 3, no license. Count 4, no insurance. And count 5, no tag or expired or invalid tag. You're represented by attorney Chelsea Hahn with the law firm of Lister, Holt, and Dennis. Ms. Hahn, what does your client plead to the offenses before the court?
Your Honor, he'd like to plead nolos to count 1 and count 4. And then I believe the state is going to no cross the other counts.
All right.
3 and 5.
All right, so by entering a plea of nolo to counts 1 and 4, you give up the right to have a trial by jury or judge. You give up the right to have the state prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. You give up the right to have the presumption of innocence in your favor. You give up the right to confront witnesses, present testimony and evidence on your behalf, to not incriminate yourself or present any testimony or evidence against yourself. And if you're not a United States citizen, a plea of guilty or no contest could negatively impact your immigration status. Do you understand all of these things, Mr. Sims?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
All right. Factual basis and recommendation, please, Ms. Williams.
Yes, Your Honor. The factual basis was that on February 16th, 2021, Officer Carey was conducting traffic enforcement on I-75 North near Mount Zion Boulevard here in Clayton County. They observed a yellow Chevy Cobalt traveling at a high rate of speed. The officer confirmed with his laser that he was driving 86 into 65. Conducted a traffic stop and made contact with the driver, who was identified as Mr. Dylan Sims. Upon running his information through GCIC, he learned that his driver's license was suspended and that the car did not have a valid tag on it, and there was no insurance. The state's recommendation on count 1 is a $200 fine. Counts 2 and 3 will be dismissed, as he does now have a valid driver's license. Count 4 is also a $200 fine. Count 5 will be null pros. Actually, I think he just made it to 5 years, so he can use a NOLA on the moving violation and the no insurance.
Okay. All right, Ms. Hahn, anything for Mr. Sims?
Your Honor, we ask that he get 60 days to make the payment and that you accept the plea.
All right, so Mr. Sims, let's talk. So,
Yes,
sir,
ma'am.
I know this was a while ago and you have probably changed and matured since then, but you got a
Yes.
bright yellow car that had nothing right about it. No license, no registration, no tag. I mean, you might as well have been wearing a red suit and waving at the police. Stop me, please.
Might as
Stop me.
well.
Okay, we're not going to do that again, are we, sir? We're going to chalk
No,
that
ma'am.
up to youthful indiscretion.
Yes.
All right, thank you for that, sir. All right, so on count 1, I'll accept your NOLO plea, and it's a fine in the amount of $200. With the surcharges, it's going to be $298. And then on count 4, with the surcharges, it's going to be $298. So you'll have 60 days in which to pay both of the fines and fees. What I'm ask you to do is, if you can send your email address, if you can chat that to Miss Amanda Wright, R-Y-T-E. You know how to use the chat function?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so if you just make sure before you hit send, everything is in the right order, all the letters and numbers are in the right place, send that to Miss Amanda Wright. She's going to send you back your information through email. It's going to have information about how to pay in person, online, or by phone. And it'll have the date by which you have to pay. Please don't miss that deadline or an arrest warrant could issue, okay?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
All right. And from now on, we will not be wearing a red suit and flagging the police down and say, please give me tickets. We're not going to do that, are we?
No, ma'am, we are not.
All right. Thank you, sir. Please be safe.
Yes, ma'am, I will.
All right. Take care.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Don't go until you send Miss Wright your thingy, your email address.
And Your Honor, we're ready.
I got you.
Okay.
All comments, viewpoints, interpretations, and insights expressed in this video are for education and entertainment purposes. All individuals featured in the video are to be presumed innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. Please do not attempt to contact, locate, or engage with any individuals featured in the video.